Welcome back to the road to Rainbow Rank. We're going to do some more races. I'm back on Magolor with the Wheelie Bike. I've been really enjoying this combination. Not sure if it's meta, it probably isn't meta, but I just really like it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. So let's go to the first race. So the first race is going to be on Celestial Valley. I'm starting to feel okay about this track. I think I said that in the last video. It wasn't my favorite, but we keep getting it. And as they say, practice makes perfect. So I like to take the inside line here. Gonna take that enemy there. I'm gonna try and fire it off at this guy, slow him down a bit. Ride the star trail a bit, but I do want to try and take a good line over here. So I do take that line just fine. And this bridge can be chaos. People catch up to you because they'll take your star trail. You can't really avoid them. I accidentally get into the grass there, so that is too bad. But we're just gonna jump down here. You know, we're on the Wheelie Bike. We can't exactly fly too high. So we're down here on the ground level. I want to go for this rail, but definitely don't get it. In previous episodes, I would get it when I was on DDD with the wheelie scooter, but it doesn't quite seem like I've figured out how to get up there on the bike with Magolor. So there we go, we got the needles. Will there be any enemies left for me to take, though, is the question, and it looks like it. So that's great, we can get those. Now, if they don't get the Waddle Ds, you want to make sure you don't go face first into one, but these guys up ahead took care of it. So I'm going to take the inside line again. It seems like these guys subscribed to taking the inside line there, just like you might want to consider subscribing to me, please. Shameless plug. But here we go. We get the electricity here, but I wanted to pop the special there so I can hit those guys behind me on the bridge. They've got nowhere to run. It ends right before... Okay, it doesn't end right before that jump. Just the special actually doesn't fire off in the air. It only fires off on the ground. And it doesn't fire when you spin, so keep those in mind. We're holding a nice first place here. You love to see it. Hopefully I can hold it until the end. I want to... I didn't quite take that turn too well. I said I was going to say I wanted to take that well, but it is what it is. We seem to be holding a first place, and unless something happens... Yeah, there we go. First place to start off the video, especially on Celestial Valley. Not my favorite track, but it is what it is. Pretty pleased with this result, of course. So how close are we getting to the Violet rank? Oh man, we might be able to get it in a few episodes. I don't quite have time today to play all the way to getting to Violet, but we're starting to get pretty close, so that would be pretty cool. But let's go to the next race. And the next race is gonna be on Siberian Highway. All right, I want to make sure there's this kind of half pipe towards the middle, right before the middle. I want to make sure I take good lines through it so I don't get stuck on the sides or fly through the air. I want to stay on the ground with this combination. So of course we go for this bridge right here. We want to take this. We take it decently, it's okay. But we go up here. Of course, the other racers are hot on our trail. I grab the sword to not only take out the enemies, but as I approach the other racers, I want to hit them with it too. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, there we go. That's how I wanted to take that. I wanted to take a quick line, and it seems like that was pretty quick. I try to spin through those crystal things. I think that makes it okay. But now we're going to jump in here and go to the laser part. So, of course, I can't fly on the Wheelie Bike, but I'm going to try and take an inside line, not get hit by the lasers. We succeed there. So far, things are going pretty good this race. We're in first, second. It's pretty good. Of course, I'm aiming for a top 3. I want to get those gains, get to that Violet rank, so I can eventually get to Rainbow. But we are in second for now. Going to try and catch the star trail on the vanishing bridge thing here, which isn't always possible, but I somehow crash into the floor as it phases in and out of existence. So we dropped to 4th because of that slight tragedy, but we're gonna go through here, get some decent cycle on the boost bumps, the boost panel bump things. So we're back into 3rd, and it's only just the beginning of lap 2, so there's still plenty of race left. And just as I say that, we're back into 2nd, although that music note thing does stop me for a bit. Now, I don't want to use the special on the rail, but yeah, right here should be pretty good. I accidentally do a spin attack because I'm incredible at the game. I do take this part decently too. Okay, so over time I've been learning how to do that. In previous episodes I would kind of struggle with that, but you know, as they say, practice makes perfect, repetition and the like. Although that all being said, we're in 2nd, we're in 3rd, probably in 3rd. No, we're holding 2nd for the 2nd for the moment. Let's see if we can turn that around to first place. Of course, always take the small section here. And just want to take this nicely. Kind of missed that boost rail, I think, but that's okay. We're going to use the star trails now. We're in fourth, but I'm not really too worried about that. I spin attack this Scarfy guy there. Now it's all going to be about getting a good boost panel cycle. So can I turn this around? Am I going to be stuck in third? We get that panel, we get this one. We just don't get the other one. So we do end up in third. Too bad. A second would have been phenomenal, but hey, a third should still be a gain. If not a slight one, it's another step on the way to the road to Rainbow. So yeah, there we go, third. Not quite what I was hoping for, but still a gain. Next race time. Let's move ahead. Let's try and get a first, maybe a second, and we're on Wave Flow Waters. So we want to take good lines here, especially in the beginning, not crash into the water, but we'll see what happens. We'll see if other racers bump me or attack. Let's go ahead and do our best. So we get a good start, but the start doesn't mean too much, of course. The star trails are a thing. So we take this line here. We do avoid the water. That's cool. Great line there. Yeah, and I love that the Magolor, the spikes when he lands. It seems to hit that other rider. And we're coming into this section. This turn is tight, but it's not as tight as it looks. You don't have to go too crazy, or else you might accidentally hit the inside wall. So we take that fine. I would have loved to have the sword, but taking out the sword so no other racers can have it is the next best thing. So I'm not too upset with that. We're in a fairly good position here. We are fighting for a second, third. And moving into this next section, it's basically a straightaway. We're not trying to do any flying antics. We're on the Wheelie Bike, of course. Yeah, I go for the jump, and I wanted to slam down just to catch someone with the spikes, but we get that water ring. And these turns always throw me off because the water there, yeah, always pushes me there. But we take it fairly decently relative to the other racers. So that's actually, I was going to say that's going to actually let us keep second. But here we are in third. That's okay. We just want to use the star trails, but also take this. Well, we almost touched the water. So we avoid catastrophe. It wouldn't be that bad, but yeah, we were in first. We're fighting for first or second. Going to go ahead and use the special soon. Just want to make sure we can take these turns good. Yeah, especially because I can't really see. I know the sight doesn't do much, but yeah, we used the laser. We definitely wanted to use the laser before the rocket so we don't waste or the cannon, I mean. And we want to make sure we stay on the ground because, as mentioned before, the laser doesn't shoot off if you're in the air. But we're in second, which is a good spot. We're fighting over who gets what part of the ramp or the rail, just so I could take the star trail after the rail. But coming here, yeah, that Starman is going to get a lot of speed because he can fly through the air here. So hopefully I can pull off a second. Is it looking like another third? We'll see. Starman's probably going to pull ahead, but I'm going to get the booster. And what's it going to be? Let's find out. Let's see what we got. I'm actually not sure what I got, but we shall see really quick. You know, if it's a third, it's still a gain. A second would be great. What do we have here? And it's a third. Oh, well. Hopefully in the next race I can place higher. But let's go ahead and jump to that now. All right. Final race of the video. And it is going to be on Sky Sands. It's going to be important to get those shortcuts. There's the easy shortcut coming up, and there's the other shortcut where you have to push the button. Let's see how we do. And you see a rat on the Turbo Star. Very interesting. I feel like you don't see too many Turbo Stars. It is kind of an odd vehicle. But so far, just pretty regular. We're going around that turn. Maybe I didn't need to hold boost, but not too bad. We're still in a leading position for the second for the moment. Of course, anything can happen in the race. It's still fairly early on. Ooh. Yeah, we miss getting that first cappy, but we do get that second one. I boost a little bit early, just kind of twitched there. But we do manage to get the button. I do open the shortcut for that guy, it looked like. Maybe it was lag, but I also wanted the shortcut for myself too, so that's okay. We're now in second place, third place. I'm trying to figure out the best way to take that section. Of course, I think inside lines are always the fastest, but it'd be interesting to see if hitting that boost panel on the outside helps at all. So we want to avoid those specials. I go ahead, pop the laser. There's no risk for jumps, I say, as I fly off the middle of the track right there. Just a little bit, but overall we get like 99% of that special used, so that's good. We are fighting for second here. I love to use that. That was a great place to use that with all the enemies and stuff around. That gets us into first, but it is contested. Oh my goodness. I definitely need to get good at this game, working on it, but practice makes perfect. So because I bounce off of the top of that, I am in first for now, but it's a contested first. Let's see how we do. I go ahead, get the booster this time, and accidentally go into that, but using the star trails, and that guy just crashes into the pillars and the enemies. That lets me steal the first place. You'll love to see it. Great, that was a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and see the result. There we have it, first place. And that should be a good gain. So we're inching closer towards the violet rank, which will be right before the rainbow rank. This has been another episode of The Road to Rainbow, so if you'd like to see more, subscribe too, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.